That's the guy who goes to the market every now and then to buy food for the family. There's probably another one whose job is to teach the children. They are all house helps because they provide the assistance that you need for your home when you're not there. And these people are crucial in how you evolve as a family. Thanks for coming, TATOH Kenneth.
It's a pleasure, Divine. I'm glad to be here. Good morning to you and to the viewers of Inside.
That's our marriage counselor, and marriage counseling is a traditional feature on Inside. We have a book. I've been telling you about this every now and then, how to resolve conflicts in marital relationships. There are new copies coming up. When they are available, we'll have them on here and tell you how you can get your own copy. One is equal to 3,000 CFA francs. That's quite affordable, right, if you want to keep your marriage intact. Let's take up from where we stopped the last time, I guess.
Yeah.
We stopped at a question I asked you, and I can remember this clearly because someone sent me an SMS saying, if you separate your house help from the rest of your family when you are at the dinner table, that's a recipe for catastrophe.
Yeah, actually we were trying to say last week that it is not good to draw a line between somebody who lives or who works for you and
feed your children when you're not there.
Actually, when you make the line so thick, it doesn't motivate the person to work as a family person. And you know, within the professional world, an employee will at best be an employee. But if an employee, or in fact in quotes, if the person is supposed to be an employee but is welcome to the family as a family person, he or she would often go beyond just doing what he is doing to do for remuneration, to working as a child of the house.
That way integration is made easy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
not like assimilation or marginalization. Or it's not like you're treating them like someone you captured, you know.
Yeah, actually.
Henry would say the French-speaking Cameroonians treat the English-speaking Cameroonians as if they were captured people.
You know, that somebody is working for you does not mean he or she is not a human being.
Okay.
They're equally human beings.
Right.
It might just be for one reason or the other that in fact that is what they're doing. But they were also born like your own kids.
Okay.
Surely they have parents like your own kids to whom you are a parent to.
Yeah, we have.
But it is always very important to see that you treat them in a way that they will be able to put in their best as if they were serving in their own very house. And you know, that somebody is a house help today does not mean it will be so tomorrow. There are people who left from there and were promoted into very high ranks in life in future.
Right.
So if you treat them too badly today, you stand a chance of being ashamed tomorrow when you see them in high places tomorrow. Today is not tomorrow. Tomorrow always have something different from today. So it is good to have that human face when dealing with these people. At least it's good to do.
Okay. I've just been thinking because last time we spoke, you were insisting on the fact that not all the money, or in terms of remuneration, some call it stipends and so on, you don't have to just send the money to the parents of whoever works for you as the house help.
Yeah, I'm really opposed to that idea. I'm opposed to it. I'm opposed to that idea because the person working has a future. He or she has a future, and this future has to be guaranteed. And it won't be guaranteed from some other thing else apart from what he or she is working for.
Right.
So if she's working and is earning some money, at least even if you're sending something back to his or her family, let the person's future be guaranteed through a trade she will learn or an education that she's going to acquire by virtue of what you've been saving for him or her.
Now here's a tricky one again. Because you're not home, right? The house help becomes the mentor for the children.
Sure.
For your kids. You know, because I have mine at home, and my little girl tends to speak like the house help. Is it where you draw the line and say no, don't inculcate your ideas into my kids? How do you do that?
You remember the first of things we said last week was that when you have somebody who comes to stay or who comes to work in your house, make sure you pass the values of your house to that person. Okay. Every organization or every setup has a culture. Make sure the person receives the culture or the values of your home. And the question you ask as to whether there are certain things we can impose I said yes.
Yeah.
For example, for you to be, to be a part of my home, because I'm taking you as part of it, you must be able to toe the line when it comes to certain things which are salient.
You must go to Baptist church if I go to Baptist church.
Yeah, in fact, or in other words, you must be able to. I must be able to vouch in what your spiritual life is.
All right.
Because you will be, in fact, it is, come to think of it, that most of these people, they spend more time with our kids than us. They spend more time with the kids than the parents.
Right.
So it is by implication going to be, in fact, a transfer of negative values and virtues if they have not gotten the virtues and the values of the home.
All of this will begin from the vetting process, from where you go to select who should be house help for you. Because you don't want to take a Muslim, or you don't want, you being a Muslim, you don't want to bring a Christian into your home.
Well,
I mean, these are the baseline things you need to do.
That has its own place, but people change with time too.
Okay.
Yeah, it is possible to get somebody come from the village and comes, and I think one came to my house one day. In fact, when she just came in, I said, okay, that is the bad go, and she went into the say, came back and said, Daddy, I want to ease myself. Where is what?
Yeah,
she used to see the toilet, so she saw the toilet pot. The thing looked so clean. Maybe she thought this is another dish. Where so I'm just trying to say that people change with time.
Right.
It could come from the village with the the village mindsets, and when his or her mind gets open in town, they can be changed. So the best thing to do is that you, the parent, also be a model.
Okay.
Yeah, you must be a model. You must be, a teacher. Make sure you get them be confident to talk with you, and you transfer positive values.
And that's why segregation is totally out of the question, because you must embrace all. I mean,
it's good to embrace them.
Right?
It's good to embrace, but now the embracing has to be with a lot of care. One of the things that I would like to discourage is, I think we ended on that note last week, that it is good to watch out what you delegate to your house help. That you have a house help does not mean you have to delegate everything. Now, I want to say this, and I can stand to back what I'm saying. Most of the children that grow in houses where there were house helps, if care is not taken, they will not be apt at house chores.
All right.
Yeah, it's possible to see a girl who grew up in a house where there are always house helps.
They cannot cook.
Yeah,
Maybe just to clean the dishes.
Clean the dishes, or in fact, I'm talking about what I've seen. Yeah, I've seen a girl who, in fact, she mixes rice and puts in the pan. It sweats like the tomb of a poor man. Because they've grown in a house where there are always house helps, and she's not participating in the house chores.
Right.
She has to grow tomorrow. She has to be a mother to tomorrow. So it is very, very important to make sure that there is at least a capacity building for your own kids as well.
Right.
And this to do, you have to get them participate. And to participate, you now see that you can't discriminate. You can't do a segregation. And in the course of doing it too, it is also very important to note that you, as the father or the mother, the parents to such a person, if conflict is always going to emerge, and in the course of managing conflict, if care is not taken, you see that you've taken your spouse to the courtroom with one of the house helps. So okay, you sit, and your spouse sits down, and the person sits. Like, okay, mommy, explain your own. What was the matter? How did it start? How did it begin? All of that, that is completely out of place. To say conflict management, you take your spouse and put in a courtroom with your house help, it is going to be so bad. Even we say there is no discrimination, but there is at least supposed to be an order in the home, an authority, a flow of power, a flow of command in the home, which, within our African settings, in principle, we know the father is the head and the mother is the vice head.
Second in command.
Second in command, however it sounds, followed by the elder ones.
No, I mean, there's no joke about this. If you like it or you don't like it, that's how the African context works, right? The man is the cock, and the woman is the hen. That's how it works. Now, let me take you to cases of abuse, because every now and then, mostly the woman, right? Because we're talking about her, she will slap the house girl because she kind of, like she broke a plate or a cup or something.
Yeah, which
is that permissible?
Which she, the
in
mother
terms of
herself,
correction?
which she had the mother herself will break it and will not punish
Go
herself.
scot-free.
Scot-free. It is a very bad thing to do, and it gets back to what I said a while ago, that they are equally human beings.
Okay.
It's true you have to discipline them, but make sure the discipline is from a heart of love. Don't discipline because you think this is not my biological child. This is, in fact, he or she is here because he has no choice or something.
So you can deal with them how you want.
When you do that, there is a way they can come back to you on what you did to them. When you also go, they transfer the aggression to your kids.
Yeah.
They pound on the kids because you pound on them. So with that, it is very important that you try to avoid assault on them. If your biological child and the house help do something wrong, let the punishment be, let the magnitude be the same.
Okay. Yeah. I want to thank you for coming, but I'll let you go on this note. How dangerous are house helps to the stability of a marital relationship? Because somewhere I read somewhere they call them necessary evils and so on. Can they be supportive to the growth of your home?
Very, very. For me, I think they are an integral part of it. The problem we have often is the way we manage them. And when you look at the aspect of, in fact, this important one is we can't go without talking about trying to be romantic affiliations with them. The moment you sleep with your house help, your wife will be nothing before her any longer. So it is good our way of managing them be done with a lot of wisdom and prudence, so that they put in their best and our home remains safe. Yeah, love is a language that everybody responds to. When you treat them with love, however wicked they were, they are going to come back to it, and at least they will be a source of blessing to the home rather than a curse to be called a necessary evil.
Right. I picked out one word from all of that explanation. Be decent in the way you handle whoever you call your domestic helper or your house help. I want to thank you sincerely for coming, and I think you just stopped where we need to pick up when you come around next week. The romantic relationship between house help and the people in the house.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks sincerely for coming.
My pleasure.
Have a great weekend and take our greetings to your beautiful family. Right.
Thanks a lot. A greater one for you and our viewers. Thanks a lot.